Hey guys, Danny here, back with another video for you. Today we're looking at a mini drone. This was sent to me by GearBest for review. If you'd like to pick one of these up, I'll put a link down in the description for you. You can pick this up in 3 different color options: red, white and black, and there's also a version with a camera and one without. I have the 2 megapixel camera version here, and you'll see it does have foldable arms. On first impressions, you can see they do have a little bit of flex to them, which concerned me a little bit, but during flight and actual testing I didn't have any problems. It just felt like it flexed a little bit too much for my liking. I do like the overall design of this drone. It's compact. I like the foldable arms. The camera on the front is downward facing at bit of an angle, and that did cause some problems which I will show you later on, but overall it does have a pretty cool design, and it has some little rubber feet here on the bottom. In the box you also get a phone holder. It's not the ones I normally prefer. You have to clip this one on. I prefer ones that are built into the controller themselves. That's my favorite design style. We also have the controller here, which is labeled and is quite a compact size, but not too micro like some of the drone controllers that you get. The actual phone holder itself feels okay. Again, it has a little bit of flex to it. It does feel a little bit cheap, but during my test of actually using it, it worked okay. We do have our battery here. The labeling is covered up, but on the specifications it does say it's a 350 milliamp hour battery. Supposedly should give us 8 to 10 minutes of flight time. Here you've got our USB charger, which plugs directly into the battery. We also get 4 prop guards and also 2 spare props. To attach the phone holder, you simply remove this little clip underneath the controller, and then it simply slides into place. It felt pretty sturdy and doesn't move around too much, so thumbs up there. The controller takes 3 AAA batteries. Now let's move on to the flight test. You can see I have the Wi-Fi FPV feed for this drone on the bottom left of the screen. At first, for some reason, the feed was upside down, but there's a button on the top of the screen that says REV. If you hit this, it will reverse the feed so it's the right way around. I don't know why it was like this at first, but nonetheless it was just a simple button click to fix this. I was quite surprised how stable this drone was for its small size. It did hold its altitude very well. It does state that it has a barometer inside which it uses, so on that department it was very good. By default it's on a very slow setting, so if you're going to take this outside you want to up the rates. For some reason doing this through the app doesn't work. You will need to do this through the controller. One thing that is a little bit frustrating about this drone is because of its downward facing camera, it's at a bit of an awkward angle, so you have to get the drone pretty high up for it to see you, and at a certain distance it just feels a little bit funky when you're flying to try and get yourself properly in shot, and it can be a little bit annoying. I would prefer the camera to be more forward facing so it's easier to get maybe like a selfie of yourself, but it's not too bad. It just feels a little bit awkward when you're flying it around to try and get what you want into frame. This could be solved by having a wider field of view or changing the angle of the camera, but this isn't an adjustable camera, it's fixed, so you can't do that yourself. The camera signal feed seemed to be pretty solid. I didn't have any breakups or any real issues. I took the drone a fair distance away from me down my garden, but I didn't do any specific range tests, and it seemed to hold up pretty well as you would expect for a drone of this size. I would always say be careful with a very small drone like this. It will get taken away by the wind very easily, so you want to have this on higher rates and definitely keep it low so you don't lose it. Now this drone was stated to have a 8 to 10 minute flying time, but I was only able to manage about 6 minutes, which is below what they've stated. It's not terrible for a drone of this size. It's actually probably slightly above average, but I still would have liked a longer flying time and maybe an extra battery. You only get one in the box. The camera quality was nothing to be excited about. It's okay for a drone at this price point, but it does lack quality. It's a bit grainy and the lighting is just off for the camera overall. But it's really not too bad if this is just a toy you're going to mess around with, or it's one of your first drones you're thinking of picking up. The feed's pretty solid, it's pretty decent to fly, and the battery life could use some improvement. But for the price you can pick this up for, it's not too bad. If you want to spend a bit more money, you can get some better quality products. Anyway, if you want to pick up this drone, I'll put a link down in the description for you. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And of course, I will see you in the next one.